Hello, everybody. This is Yolanda Roberson here from Kingdom Life once again. And of course, welcome to our Wealth and Winning Wednesday. I am here upstairs at Kingdom Life, actually in our financial room. And you'll see behind me, there's some cool words on the screen on the wall there to remind us of how blessed we are and how we can even be a blessing. And talks about a lot of cool things, a lot of words up there, right? So it's really fun being in here. To share with you today. But we are excited that you've joined us as always. And I want to say each person who's been facilitating these Wednesdays, man, they've been great. We know Alexander last week and April Cobb the week before. They have really been a blessing to us along with everyone else, sharing with us on these wonderful Wealth and Winning Wednesdays. And we're so glad that you are joining us again on today. So I just wanted to share a couple of little tidbits and nuggets with you as we always do each Wednesday. And hopefully you're being stirred. I know that I am as well, because we are definitely winners and we are going to continue to win. One of the things I like to always say when I do these sessions or these small little talks that we have on Wealth and Winning Wednesdays from time to time is that I like for us to always remember that as we are winning, that we want to win in every single area of our lives, right? We want to win with our spirit, our soul, our bodies, our finances, of course, our relationships. We are concerned, I'm concerned about the entire man, the total man, because we want to win in every area. What's interesting is, when we begin to win in one area of our lives, it sort of funnels down and it trickles down to other areas of our lives. That whole discipline aspect and that discipline piece, I believe, plays a major role in our winning, right? And I know you agree with that as well. So, as we advance and take a track towards winning, one thing I want us to think about today is I want us to think about not neglecting to be flexible and to change. Yeah, those two words right there, being flexible and also change. I think it's often it's a good thing, or it's wonderful for us to be able to sort of reassess where we are, sort of evaluate where we are at the present time. And, even as we reassess our finances, evaluate where we are on paper, tangibly, we can choose to do that, of course. But if we do that, I want us to be free. There's a word up here that says freedom. I want us to be free to know that it's okay to make changes, to actually change. I know for me, I'm pretty analytical, so sometimes change can be difficult. It can be a challenge, but there are times that I believe we get very comfortable with where we are, even as it relates to our finances, and we don't want to bother anything, right? We don't want to change anything. We don't want to mess anything up. But I believe we have to evaluate and really assess where we are so that we can continue to win. And change is okay. And here's what I mean when I say change. If we look at all of our bills, if we look at all of our output, maybe our insurance policies, our financial institutions, what are we paying, for the services that we actually are receiving? Do we actually need those services or not? Are there any subscriptions that we have that we presently don't use? If there's like drafts coming out of your account and you don't actually use those, they're just drafts that are just piling up, you don't even really use those things. Or even if you're a business owner or, and you use wholesalers, are they offering you the best bang for your buck, or are you just pretty much in the habit of using that same person or that same company or wholesaler? Can your portfolio be updated? Does it need to be updated? Are there some things that need to be tweaked there? Do you need a new financial advisor? Do you need a new financial institution, a new bank? How can I trim my budget? How can you trim your budget so that we can save and then invest the rest of that money elsewhere? I think those are things that we can think about, because oftentimes I believe there's a lot of waste. There's a lot of things that we're paying too much, pretty much out of our pocket for, and we're just afraid to change. We're afraid to change our financial advisor. We're afraid to change financial institutions. We're afraid to really look at where we are because we don't want to, we don't want to rattle the boat. We're pretty comfortable. And I think being comfortable can also be dangerous. And what it does, it allows us not to get what we need or get the best of what we need for that time. So, we can ask ourselves those questions. What changes can I make so that I can win and advance further and win in the area of our finances, and quite frankly, in any other area of my life or your life as well. So change is super important. It's okay to change. Sometimes it's necessary to change to match the season with where we are. Because let's face it, a different season and a different time calls for different things. And maybe you've outgrown something. Maybe you have learned something else. Maybe you have more knowledge now. And now that you have that knowledge, you can now make the changes going forward that best suits your now, that best suits where you are right now. So look at all of what you have. Decide on if it's something that you need to change, tweak, update, right? We have this thing on our iPads and our iPhones and those types of things where it'll often say it's time for an update. It's time to update. And sometimes it doesn't even ask you. It just updates itself, right? So it's okay to update. It's okay to change and to be flexible enough to say, you know what? I'm going to go through the hassle sometimes to make the changes necessary so that I can win in the area of our finances. So I acknowledge that change can be difficult. I realize that. And I acknowledge that it's also comfortable with our routines. But look, if we want to win, if we're going to continue to win, we have to make changes sometimes. So I want to challenge you today as you're looking at this Wealth and Winning Wednesday segment to step out of your box, evaluate where you are. Don't be afraid to tweak and change based on what's comparable for your now, where you are right now. All right. Time and maturity, knowledge, and preference also has a lot to do with us unapologetically changing. All right. So go ahead and win today on this Wednesday. As a matter of fact, don't just win on Wednesday. I want you to win every day of your life. All right. We will see you next time on our next segment next week for another Wealth and Winning Wednesday. Bye, everybody.